ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Welcome back to the fourth session for Accounts for All. Say, hitherto we have learnt first basics, that is accounting and accountancy. The next we learnt the objectives, concepts and conventions. And next to that we have learnt the types of bookkeeping and the methods of bookkeeping. But today we are going one step ahead, that is types of accounting or methods of accounting or systems of accounting. This is very, very important. This is the foundation to learn accountancy. Now, before I start my lesson, I would like to request to all of you that if you are liking this accountancy lessons for all, please kindly share and subscribe, because that gives us more encouragement for Educator Guru. Thank you. We'll proceed with the lesson today. Yes, I said accountancy is the systematic way of writing, summarizing, classifying everything and recording. Very good. The question arises that how do we do such things? So there are two great methods. Don't think that I am going fast or that one. I will come back to the chapter, that is very important. I am giving you only the bird's eye view about accountancy. So don't worry anybody. When you say accountancy, there are two important methods of recording the transactions. One is traditional method or the age-old method, which is called as British method. The other one is American method. Today let us just think about the traditional method, or what you call British method. So I would like to get you one simple example before I explain the traditional method. If you ask any engineer that I would like to construct the 5th floor, 6th floor, but the engineer, the civil engineer, he will ask one question, whether what is the strength of your foundation, then you can think of how many floors that you can build. The same system here also applies in accountancy. I can straight away teach you American method, but to understand that American method, I must be able to know what is traditional method or what actually British method. Because if I do not know the basic system of a British method, then it is impossible to understand, or it becomes tough to understand the American concept. So that should not happen. For that sake, I am just trying to say you traditional method or British system. What is that? Here the whole accounting system will be divided into two things. One is personal, the other one is impersonal. Again, impersonal is divided into two: real, nominal. Here also we have problems. There are broad classification: personal, impersonal, real, nominal. This is my challenge. Whenever I used to ask final year degree students, please classify the accounts, they used to say personal account, real account, nominal account. But you are supposed to say personal and impersonal is the broad classification. Then it is the question of under impersonal we have real and nominal. Once we understand this, then if you put it this one in our daily life, then your American system of accounting becomes damn easy. That's why I said that foundation plays the vital role. So when you say personal, impersonal, the things which all belongs to persons is personal account. Then you may ask question, why I have to write all these things? Is it necessary for to write the accountancy in that systematic manner? It is very, very easy, and where we have the answer for that. What is that answer? We are answerable not only to the parents. When you are doing business, you are answerable to whom? You are answerable first to the government. What is government? It is called as tax. Then you are not only answerable to the government, you are answerable to the stakeholders. Then you are not only answerable to the stakeholders, you are answerable to the society. Likewise, when you are answerable, then when you are answering, how you are answering? There must be some system, because somebody asks questions, then how you will answer? There must be some clarification. And exact, this is the thing, this is the amount received, this is the thing that happened, and this is the profit, and which has been distributed like this. For that, we are in need of a perfect accounting. That perfect accounting can be done with this classification. That is called as, what do you mean by personal account and impersonal account. Why it is called as persons? Everything happens with the persons only. Example, you see one important concept. We have so many technologies as on today. It is beyond our imagination. We have so many technologies. But who did that technology is the first basic question. I hope it is by a human being. The machine itself cannot find out anything. That should be invented by whom? That should be invented by a human being. Likewise, when we have this accountancy, when you have the system, all these things, it happens with what I call persons. That is why I have written first personal. What is personal? There are three important things under personal: natural persons, artificial persons, and outstanding representative persons. What is natural persons? I and you, we are all natural persons. Rama, Krishna, Govinda, Mukunda, whatever you call, it is what actually natural persons. What is artificial person? Anything is created out of law. Anything is created out of law. That means you have an educational institution is created out of law. You have a company, it is created out of law. You have a partnership firm, it is created out of. You have a cooperative society, it is created out of law. When it is created out of law, it is a person, but it is an artificial person. Then other one is representative. What is representative? It is called as outstanding. Say, I said that I have to pay 10,000 rupees to this bank. That means I am outstanding to this bank. That means the amount is representing that I have to pay. It is very simple. That is called as outstanding. Is anybody can say, I have to pay to this wall rupees 10,000 rupees. No. I have to pay to this wall who has supplied this one, who has supplied this board. For him, I have to pay 10,000 rupees. He is outstanding. That means when we think of that natural persons, artificial persons, and representative persons, they are all called as personal account. This is very, very important. When you see the transaction, you must be able to identify whether it is personal account or not. For example, I will say that is what you call VVN Degree College. I can easily say it is called as, what do you mean by personal account? I will say Tata Consultancy is what actually personal account. Very simple. When you say these things, that means that one is called as personal. Other than this, whatever you called is called as impersonal. Other than persons, it is called as impersonal. Then other than that impersonal is what? One is real, the other one is nominal. What is real? Real has got two things. That is tangible, intangible. Tangible, intangible. What is tangible? Exactly measurable is called as tangible. Not exactly measurable is called as intangible. Example, I have my watch. I don't want this watch. I want to sell this watch. Very simple. It is tangible. Which worth how much? It may be 500 rupees, it may be 600 rupees. Yes. That means it can be measured exactly in terms of rupees. Is called as what actually tangible. Then what is intangible? Assuming that I will write a letter and I will say this is the letter. Very good. The person asks how much it is for my brain. He will say 1000. Is it 1000? That means according to me it is so costly. Only 1000? It is less. That means it cannot be exactly measurable. It is called as intangible. You may call it as goodwill. You may call it as patent. You may call it as rights. All these things are intangible. That means you must be able to differentiate. The real account means that is all assets, tangible assets and intangible assets comes under what actually? Real account. But that is not the end of it. We have one thing. Always life is mix up of what you call happiness and sadness. Whatever you call it as profit or loss. In the similar system, we have one system that means when you are doing business, you have expenditure, you have income, you have profit, you have loss. That means anything which belongs to what you call profit or loss, income or expenditure, which will be dealt with what actually? Nominal account. For all these things, we have wonderful what you call the rules as well as examples. Once we understand this, then our American system of accounting becomes damn easy. Okay, I told you personal, impersonal, real and nominal. And I told you what is personal, what is real, what is nominal. Just brush it up. Personal account which deals with natural persons, artificial persons and representative persons. Real account deals with what actually tangible and intangible. Nominal deals with what actually all profits and loss and income and expenditure. But the thing is, how do I identify? This is personal account, this is real account, this is nominal account. So this is my basic question. For this, I have my own method of identifying and to remember. Very simple. Personal account is an account where you can see, you can touch, but you cannot convert that one into cash. Example, I can see a person, I can touch a person, but is it possible for me to sell the person? That means I cannot sell the person or I cannot immediately convert that one into cash. That is ruled out. When you say such thing in your life, then it is called as personal account. Easy to remember. Then real account. The name itself, it gets you, it is real. 100% real. That means it happens. That means where I can see, I can touch. If I don't want, I can sell it off and get the cash. Example, I have a beautiful mobile phone. Where I don't like this mobile phone. Fine. Sell it off. You will get what actually? Cash. That is, you say that, sir, that is for tangible. What about intangible? Sir, for even intangible, your brain, your knowledge, we can share. It is very simple. Say, earlier we have only BPO. Now we have what actually? KPO. What is that KPO? It is knowledge. Knowledge processing outsourcing. Why? Because when you share the knowledge, you will get money. That means even the knowledge can be shared and you can make money. That means you can sell your knowledge. Today, we are actually getting everything like that. That means you can easily find out that is called as what you mean by real account. That means you can say that I can convert anything into cash is called as what real account. Then neither I can see nor I can touch. Neither I can see nor I can touch. That is nominal account. Example, salary. Please tell me that how can I see salary? I cannot see salary. I can see salary in the form of cash, or I can see salary in the form of check. But I cannot see salary. I cannot see rent. Say, I will tell you in the later my classes, many of us we write the wrong transactions. We do not know how we are writing all these days. But I will explain you that concept also. So now at this stage, you try to understand the nominal account means neither I can see nor I can touch, which is called as nominal account. That belongs to profit or loss, or what you call income and expenditure. Even if you say income and expenditure, that is also our imagination. That is also our difference between our investment and the returns. When such a thing is there, you can easily identify any item you see, which one is personal account, which one is real account, which one is nominal account. How to practice it? How to practice it? See, this is the main question for students always. When you walk in the road, when you see so many things, you start imagining and say that whether this is personal account, this is real account, this is nominal account. When you show a shop, then it is personal account. In that shop, that what you call item is there, where he is going to sell that one, then that is called as what I say real account. That means assuming that you have lost 10 rupees, right? Then it is called as what I say nominal account. You can easily think of all these things on your own. But to follow this one, we have our own system, which is called as what I mean by rules for it. Rules for it. What are the rules? Today I will get you just in simple words, that is called as personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Then real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Then nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. You may be surprised, what is debit, what is credit? Don't worry students, that I am going to get you this one in detail. First, in general, what is debit, what is credit, then how it will be applied in this account, then we will apply later on in our American method, right? So still this we try to learn up to this mark, personal and impersonal.